you get into this place and when you are surrounded by people that love the same thing that you love and are so passionate about it, great things can happen.
The 2024 National Classic here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it is really the culmination of just a lot of hard work for a lot of our young exhibitors on every level, from contests to exhibiting cattle, and for a lot of them it's just what they wait for all year.
These kids come with a work ethic. They're used to having to get up in the morning and go get their cattle in. They're used to being able to having to feed their cattle and have something depend on them. These are skills that they can easily apply to almost anything that they do. This is their sport. This is what they train for. This is what they prep for.
We have regionals and there's all kinds of state and local shows, but this is the Super Bowl. This is a major stage for these kids, and it gives them an opportunity to gather together with their peers and compete in contests.
A lot of junior nationals offer contests, but they're not always required. And we do require 3 contests out of the 5 that we total have. And one of them has to be a speaking event. So they have to either do public speaking or sales talk. And then there's other options as far as like genetics quiz, cattleman's quiz, or livestock judging. So lots of great opportunities. And for some kids, it's really stepping out of their comfort zone.
You know, one of the contests that's really important is public speaking. And that gets you a long way. I mean, that translates not only in this industry, but further on in life and getting jobs and retaining jobs and be able to communicate with people.
So they have to stand in front of somebody they don't know and talk. And that's probably the most frightening thing to both of my kids. But those are communication skills that will far benefit them over and beyond.
I did 4 of the 5 contests. I did the cattleman's quiz, the Calvin Drake genetic quiz, public speaking, and sales talk. The cattleman's quiz is my favorite contest. It's so easy because mom and dad are vets, so I'm exposed to a lot of the stuff most of the time.
These contests have tremendously helped to build my organizational, public speaking, and leadership skills. These skills help prepare me for my future career and give me a successful plan for life.
It starts at such a young age, and being able to be around ambitious, driven kids is what's going to benefit them so much later in life. It's a great atmosphere for them to be around other kids that are just as driven as they are. It's almost an accelerant.
Even as I'm going to my next phase of life, they're also going into their next phase of life, and it's nice to be there for that and be one of the people that they look up to and know that I support them.
These are our future leaders. For some of them it's the beginning, and some of them it's the end. The next thing is the real world, and that's what this thing does, is it prepares these young men and women for the real world.
It's fun to just watch them succeed. It's really fun to watch kids that develop and win scholarships, make it on the junior board, and then watch them graduate and go on to bigger and better things, hopefully still involved in the Simmental breed.
We're growing in terms of numbers and kids, but also just growing in terms of our genetics and just getting better each and every day. And it's exciting to see that and be at the forefront of it. Usually people that stay within the breed come back into it. Breeders are here for a long time. The kids stay here. I think these events just help them grow their love for the Simmental breed and see how important it is within not only the show industry, but production side of things.
As we teach our kids, it doesn't stop in the show ring. We want to breed these cattle to be a certain way, but ultimately at the end of that show animal's career, she's got to go home and be a cow. So we like to pride ourselves in our operation of being able to teach our kids how to tie some of that show ring pretty with functionality when we go back home.
Really what we're doing here is, raising cattle, raising producers, improving genetics that ultimately will go on and feed the world. And I think that's a pretty cool thing that these kids get to be a part of.